To give you a little flavor of how cricket's played at the professional level, when the bowler throws it, he starts off 30 yards behind the far wicket. He runs up to the wicket in a sprint, hits at that wicket, comes over the top, cannot break his arm, comes over the top and throws this rock into the ground at about 80, 90, 100 miles an hour. When the rock hits the ground, he spun his hand, so the rock skips off like this. If he's good, he can get it to curve back toward the wicket, trying to get the batter out, although that may be difficult for the batter to hit the ball. Now, the ball may strike the batter. Unlike baseball, if you get hit by the ball in cricket, it's just tough noogies. You've been hit by the ball. The good news is, if you get hit by the ball and it skips away, run! If the ball's in play, everything's in play in cricket. And again, I told you there's no foul territory in cricket. So in professional cricket, a shot they do is they get down on one knee and they hit the ball behind themselves, because they know there are fewer fielders back there. In cricket, the object is to find the openings and put the ball in the openings. Because they have 11 players on a cricket team. One's throwing, one's behind the wicket as the catcher, the wicket keeper. And there are 9 lonely guys, or women, covering this vast green area. So as the batter, in an adult match, you look for the openings, the ball comes in really hard and really fast, you take your bat, and you basically try to deflect it, playing a shot into the opening. Now, if the bowler throws it like a huge balloon in front of your face, then you might jack that out. But for the most part, you're looking for the openings, because if you hit the ball hard on the ground and it rolls between the fielders to the boundary, that's 4 runs for your team. And you didn't even have to run, it's just automatically 4 runs. You hit the ball, it goes to the boundary, you stay put, you get another ball coming. And you can bat forever until they get you out. Okay, now, here as PE teachers, you're going to have particular challenges. Your kids, in many ways, will need mental enemas because they've been ingrained with baseball their whole lives. The first thing they're going to want to do after they hit the ball is drop the bat, because that's what they've been taught to do since they were young. In cricket, you carry the bat. As a matter of fact, the batter will use the bat as a way to make himself safe. In cricket, you get safe by reaching the other side. You don't have to touch the wicket, though. When you want to discourage them, say, knock your own wicket over, they're out. They'll take their bat, though, and just have it clear the plane where the wicket is. You clear that plane now, real cricket, there's a white chalk mark. Did you know where the plane is? You won't have that luxury. But if you clear the plane with your bat, you're safely across and you sort of run for your team. But they have to carry their bat with them. So be generous, because they will drop their bats early on because it's force of habit. And again, they'll also want to touch the wicket with their foot, because they've been taught that the way you get safe at things is by stepping on them. And you don't want them to step on their wicket. Instead of they knock their own stumps over, they've made themselves out instead of safe. So these are things you'll have to be aware of. Something else you'll have to be aware of is they will want to bowl. Okay? Everybody wants to throw the ball at somebody. Okay? And that's what they're going to want to take the ball from you and throw it. You do not want this, especially not early on, because not because they're necessarily vicious and malicious individuals, which they may be, but because they're probably bad. And they don't want the person batting to do well, because that would make them look bad. So they're going to want to throw the ball in such a way as to keep that person from hitting the ball. As the teacher in class, this is not what you want. You want everyone to hit and everyone to run, not just for the physical activity of it, but because the game gets really slow and tired when nobody's hitting the ball and kids are standing around staring at their feet waiting for the next thing to happen. So you want them to hit the ball. So you don't let the kids bowl. That's what they want to do. And what we're going to tell you is take the ball, and it's going to be a softball, and toss it underhanded. And you're going to have different kinds of hitters up there. You're going to have the kid who is the best player on his or her local team who's going to crush the ball. For your own safety, you're going to need to go back a little bit, and I'm telling you from experience, elevate it a little bit. Give them the old, arc. Give it a little spin. Make it a challenge for them. Don't let them off easy. If they can hit well, give them a little challenge. The flip side is you're going to have the kid who just can't hit their way out of a paper bag. Poor hand-eye coordination, poor eyesight. I mean, we've all had them. And if you ever taught a little kid bat, you know how it works. You go up very close, and you almost feel like I'm placing the ball on the bat for you. Please just move the bat. And you may have to do that with some kids. The object is, though, let them get the ball in play. And again, with cricket, there are no foul balls. So if it nudges off their bat and bowls that way, the next thing you do is scream, "Run! Run!" And you get them running. They don't have to really hit it. They just have to deflect it somewhere. Now here is the dirty little secret, the worst case scenario. Let's suppose you have a kid who can't even deflect it properly. For whatever reason, perhaps there's some kind of psychological disorder that makes them afraid of moving the bat toward a ball. Okay, some kind of incident that happened in their early childhood. This is okay. You can work around this. What do we know about scoring runs? What do you not have to do necessarily to score runs? Hit the ball. Once you've determined, okay, I give up. I don't have enough time in my life for this today. You take the ball and you go, oh, and you make a really bad throw. And when it scoots away from the fielders, what do you scream? Run! Run! And they start running. The fun, the magic, the love happens when they're running. That's what you're going to discover in the field. It is sheer pandemonium when two people are crossing each other, and neither one knows if they should be, or if they should go again. And half of your teammates, your loyal teammates, are screaming go, and the other half are screaming stop. Okay? And and the fielders are chasing the ball, and they're screaming, and there's mayhem, and people are chasing back and forth, and then the ball is whizzing in toward you, and you don't know if it's going to hit you or hit the wicket or what. That's when the love happens, when the running starts. So you want to do everything you can to get your kids hitting the ball and running as quickly as possible. And that's why I say as the bowler, you're going to have to adjust where you stand and how you throw the ball toward whatever your batter is. Now, having said all of this, I empower you with complete flexibility. I'm giving you the game. As long as kids are running between the wickets and having a good time, bless you. Do whatever you want to do. Make it happen for them. I want them to love running between the wickets because that's the essence of cricket. Okay? If you find you have to adjust the game for your circumstances, for your kids, for your surroundings, for your time, because here's the thing, in cricket, I told you, you can bat forever. The problem is, if your PE class is 30 minutes, forever is a problem. Okay? You're gonna have to work around that. So what you might end up having to say is, everybody gets 3 balls. Make the best of it. And again, that puts a little pressure on you as the bowler, because if you make rotten throws, the kids are going to get mad at you because you're not making good throws. But on the other hand, after 2 throws, if you decide, he's never going to hit it, you may have to decide, okay, now is the time when I really get crazy, and you throw the ball away. But I give you complete flexibility and complete control. I'm not going to come to you and say, are you playing the game properly by the Marylebone Cricket Club rules? If not, I'm coming to get that set. I have an inspector coming next Tuesday, be ready. No, it's your set, or your school set, actually. All we want is for you to play regularly with the kids and make it a regular part of your PE class. And the great thing about this set is it can be played indoors or outdoors. You can play this in the gym, you can play this in the auditorium if you clear chairs and tables. It can be played on the asphalt, it can be played in open grass. These stump sets you'll see when we get out there just set up. It's a 2-minute breakdown and 2-minute setup for this set. And it bags up neatly and goes in your closet. Just don't forget about it once you put it away. Okay, again, we're going to want you to play. Charles, yes ma'am.
Yeah, I have a question. What's the approximate distance between the wickets?
The approximate distance between the wickets, excellent question. In grown-up cricket, it's 22 yards. Now, of course, you're going to have to adjust that because 22 yards would kill many of your kids if they had to sprint back and forth regularly. The great exercise of cricket is it really is sprinting at bursts when the ball is put in play. When these kids are up, you get the two batters will have to sprint at a dead burst whenever the ball gets put in play. So it's great exercise, but you do have to be aware their little hearts will burst if you put the wickets too far apart. So you're going to have to adjust that. Whatever distance seems appropriate to you, for their age and their skill level, and their health and their ability, that's where you set the wickets up at. And a real game is 22 yards. Anyone else have any questions? I'm free to answer anything that might occur to you at this point. Yes.
You said it's also 3 outs?
No, everyone. I'm glad I need to clarify that. Everyone bats in cricket. The way it works is your whole team bats. You establish a certain number of runs, and then the other whole team bats, and they attempt to top your number of runs. In a cricket match, there are 11 players on a team in a formal cricket match. Because you have to have 2 batters on the pitch to continue batting, that means 10 people get out and your turn is over. Your at-bats are over. Because that means only 1 person not out. And you can't have 1 person and continue. So when 10 people get out in an honest, true adult cricket match, then they switch sides.